So Germany wasn't the most peaceful place that there was. The force of nationalism was beginning to grow, and the Bundesrat was the 25 different states that made up Germany. But some of the states had their own governments, had their own kings, had their own military, had their own post offices, etc. And the Reichstag was based on male suffrage, which didn't have until 1917, and it didn't have any ministerial responsibilities, though it did present some opportunities for the growth of a real political democracy. It didn't get established until after World War One. The German army basically believed themselves to be the defender of the monarchy and the aristocracy, and they didn't want to be under anyone's control other than the emperor. Bismarck was chosen as the chancellor of the new German states until 1890 to prevent more democratic institutions from developing. So first he worked with the liberals to centralize Germany more, and then those liberals joined him to attack the Catholic Church. After that, he began to attack the socialists. So he got Parliament to pass an anti-social law that outlawed the Social Democratic Party, and it limited basically all that they could do. And then he also believed that he had the best welfare legislation, which included like sickness, accident, and disability money. But at the end, he did fail to stop socialism. And then he tried to have more policies, but he was cashiered the chancellor. So he couldn't do anything else that he wanted to do. No. Definitely no. No. Bismarck does not approve.
Austria-Hungary unified in 1876, and later Austria was given its own parliamentary system. Emperor Francis Joseph ignored the rules and dismissed people without consulting Parliament, which is pretty savage. Ethnic Germans governed the state, but were threatened by Czechs and Poles and other Slavic natives. Count Edward von Taft was prime minister and relied on the coalition of German conservatives, Czechs, and Poles to maintain a majority in Parliament. His ideas brought his downfall and didn't stop the nationalities problem, but he did help bring Slavic languages into light. Francis Joseph unified, as well did loyalty to Roman Catholic Church. He was strongly anti-Hungary, racist, and Magyar was the language enforced to unify the states. It was taught in schools and was the only language used by the government.
The government made no concession to liberal and democratic reforms, which therefore eliminated the possibility of mass politics. In 1881, Alexander II was assassinated, which convinced his son that reform was a mistake, and he instituted exceptional measures. The power of the secret police increased, and anyone who was in favor of the reform was persecuted. Martial law controlled some districts if the government suspected treason from its inhabitants.
No treason!
Don't commit treason, kids. Alexander pursued a radical Russification program of the many nationalities that made up the Russian Empire. Russians made up only about 40% of the population. Tsar Alexander banned all languages except Russian in schools. His policies were a way to anger national groups and create a new source of opposition to Tsar's policies. After the death of Alexander III, Nicholas II took over and adopted his father's idea of absolute power of Tsars. The idea of the Tsars were not realistic and in comparison to the new circumstances they faced. So moral of the story, don't be a snake in Russia and you'll be alright.